Welcome to Locker Room Sports Talk.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Locker Room Sports Show. I'm your host, Big Matt. Find me over on X. See at the bottom of the screen there at BIGG, capital MATT 1977 to get college news, where kids are going, big announcements as far as tomorrow. Chattooga High School's Caden Fife, local guy here, know his dad and his family and stuff very well, great people. And he'll be announcing tomorrow up at the school at the gym at Chattooga High School. He's a four-star defensive lineman over there playing for the Indians. I think his selections have came down to Tennessee, Georgia Tech, maybe Texas A&M, some of those, and several others. Those are just a few that I can name off the top of my head out of the other 25 offers that he's had. Kirby's actually come in to see him. So I don't know where he's going. I'm very excited for him. He'll be a senior next year, so he'll finish out his football season next year. So I'm going to try to get it up live. I'm trying to get it up live on the page tomorrow. Ben, what's going on there, you scallywag? We'll talk about some high school football and stuff. Hello there. What's going on? Good to see you here at Locker Room Sports Talk, where we talk about college football, local high school football, and all kind of cool stuff happening in the news. Also in the notes and rankings today, college football bracket it's still broke. It's just a lie. They just I mean, I don't know how to put it. They just flat out lied. Also, speaking about liars, we got to call out Greg Sanky on his BS. He has been painted in the corner by Tony Patini, the athletic director, big dog runner of the Big Ten, that you will play 9 conference games. Greg, do you understand what we're saying? And Mr. Sanky, SEC, said, yes, sir, I'll take another. Without the guarantee from the committee of the bracket next year to have any automatic qualifiers like Patiti has demanded, and also no ownership of qualifying his schools as being as strength of schedule to be a qualifier for the playoff as they said it was going to be this year, and obviously it is not. We'll talk more about that. Also, starting quarterback for Auburn this week was announced today. Coach Durkin, seen him at video clip of him at practice, and they're let them know who their starter is going to be. We'll talk about that and break it down. Alabama, Eastern Illinois, Tennessee, Florida. That's going to be also a big game. And I do have an out list of players for Florida. I don't know who they're even going to field. I don't know how they're going to field a team against Tennessee. And it's been 20 years, 20 years ago now that Florida's been dumping on Tennessee for a long time now. The main topic of the day, we'll start at right here from the top of the list. College football's Lane Kiffin, head coach at Ole Miss, having a meeting tomorrow. Broke some of that news today. We've been hearing about how he was given an ultimatum by the athletic director there, Keith, and pretty much you're going to let us know today that you're going to be coaching the game this weekend. You're going to be in with Egg Bowl, playoffs, whatever. And Lane said, not so fast. Maybe you forgot who I am. And maybe you forgot the prominence that I've brought to this place and establishment here at Oxford, Mississippi. Hotty toddy, good gosh almighty. Who the heck are they? Lane said, you're not going to bully me around with that allegations and people putting it here on the media. You're going to tell me, well, you'll let us know. No, it's not going to happen. We do know that there was planes that taken off from over their area to go to Louisiana and also to Florida. Supposedly the family flew down to check out some of these places. Okay. And while we're talking about Florida, Summerall was said to have had a meeting for there today, whereas Kiffin will meet with Keith tomorrow, be the breaking day for Ole Miss, and AD Keith and head coach Lane will be meeting tomorrow. But Summerall was supposed to be meeting with Florida. I had read today. Well, they got leaked out yesterday, and supposedly Mr. John, native Alabama, won championships at Troy, a smaller college down the road south from here, about 3 or 4 hours at Tulane now. He's kind of called it off at Florida and said, hey, if you can't keep our business deal on the low key, seems like you're not going to be the place I need to be at. So strike three, it seems, for Sunbelt Billy Jr. for Sumlin to be headed over to coach at the Gators. But is there a possibility that he may be interested in LSU job? Because what I'm fixing to tell you and finishing the Ole Miss story is about Lane Kiffin and the new deal that AD Keith has brought into the room for Ole Miss. So with that out of the way, make sure you hit the thumbs up, man. If you're on Facebook, it's real easy right now. While we're thinking about this, hit those thumbs up. If you're watching on YouTube, thumbs up on it. That helps more than anything. Like the video. Really would appreciate it. If you'd like to subscribe and know we're on every Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday at 6. Big show Sunday. Being the Diamond Dean co-host, break it down through a lot of college talk, high school football playoffs, funny stories to go along the side, and all kind of good stuff. Tuesday, Thursday, I kick around a lot of college stuff and games coming for the week. Preview those games, recap some of the games from the weekend. Bracket is here. Birds usually comes on Tuesday night. Now the bracket is out. We break that down for a while for all you great people that have hung in here with us for so long. Way over 5 years of doing this. And let's run those subscribers up on the YouTube channel. Let's try to get me over 1,000, man. I'd really appreciate it. So Lane Kiffin's deal. It's reported today from a LSU ex-player that also does this kind of stuff here for the space, says reportedly today that tomorrow there will be an offer, which if other people know, I'm sure Lane already knows too. NIL money. So let's compare, where is the comparison. You want to take a new job. Hey, we're all about taking new jobs, expanding our life, and moving on in positive, better directions. Florida LSU to Ole Miss. Stadium bigger, sure. Geographically, maybe a better place. Definitely better geographic for player-wise out of high school for sure. But money is the key to football now, and Lane said it's free agency years ago. Lane is way ahead of this. He's coached pro football years and years and years ago. This guy is look, man, Monty Kiffin's dad. Lane was in the locker room with like old USC teams and Raider teams when he was a kid. So this is Lane can't do nothing. He's a football coach. He'd be a little smug sometimes, a little arrogant. Sure, I guess so. He kind of grew up on the West Coast a lot, and that's just kind of what you figure from them. So NIL is the thing. And how you use your money, and Lane has broke it down like this at SEC Media Day, that you don't just take the money and go buy players. you want to go get players in the portal to plug those little pieces that you need. Like maybe you need some depth at DB, maybe you need some depth at an offensive lineman here or there, but you still have to recruit high school football players and develop them. That's will always be the key to successful programs. You can have a winning season. Colorado did so last year to have a bunch of portal kids come in, but to have a successful program, to really build blocks, to build something, you have to get high school kids and develop them. And Lane has said to take that money and to keep the players that you're getting out of high school. Get kids at a high level. Sure, you may have to put a little money in there at first, but we want to keep good players here because we want to develop them. We want them to stay here at where we're at. And he seems like he wants to stay at Ole Miss. It seems he's offered $40 million. That's the news. $40 million NIL for his budget. That would be the highest budget that we know of in college football. So Ole Miss has pulled off the gloves and said, look, I know we don't have the biggest stadium. I know that geographically we don't have the blue chip players here in state as many as Florida or Louisiana does. But you can go get them. Lane Kiffin has made Ole Miss cool. He has made it the new place to hang out. It's the new parking lot in the area, like back in the 80s and 90s, to go hang out. But we know this too, as with also that example, that those things kind of burn out and fizzle out. So I would think that Lane is just smug enough and arrogant enough to want to build his own. You want to go to Florida and be Steve Spurrier, be Urban Meyer, guys that's won there before. Your name goes on the board, all those guys. They've brought Heisman winners to the campus. They've brought national championships. Or you would go to LSU. Well, you just follow Nick around. Kelly won one there. I mean, Les Miles won one there. Coach O won there, had a year. So Ole Miss ain't even won the SEC in 50 years. So I think personally, just me from what I watch and listen, I do this every day. I think if that's true, what I heard from this person that has a podcast and other people could find it if they listen to this, do this kind of stuff every day. A $40 million NIL budget for Lane Kiffin, I think would keep him there, and he can be Lane Kiffin. He can be that. As Saban came, it had been, 25 to 30 years since Bama had really been prominent program. He brought that luster back to the school. Those kind of things is what he seems he'd want to do, to have his own. They could put a trophy him out there. If he could hang in there, win the playoffs. It's not that hard anymore to get in these playoffs. Just win 10 games a year at Ole Miss. So what do y'all think? $40 million? What do you think? Is $40 million going to be enough to keep Lane, NIL package for him, to keep him at Ole Miss? That could be one of the biggest offers. It'd be one of the biggest in school history. Okay. So that's kind of the news for that. Lane is going to be offered a $40 million NIL package for Ole Miss. Like, hey, if you want to stay, we're going to give you everything that you need to go along the way. They're going to start some construction on the stadium, make him a little bigger place. If they can keep him there, where else? If you're going to go somewhere else for money, if they're giving the same thing there, then why would you leave? Why? So, up next in news, let's talk about Auburn football. They're going to be playing a pretty good Mercer team. I guess, we go out on a limb and say in their conference, they're kind of, I want to say they're a prominent program, but Mercer's not a trash program this year. They have won some games. And see, we'll go over there and take a look at some of their scheduling, who they've played, what they got going on. 1 o'clock SEC plus. You can catch Auburn and them out right now. Their quarterback is throwed for Atkinson, throw 3,200 yards. They have an 800-yard back right now. They are number one in their division. In the are they in the? They're not in the Sun Belt. They're in the Southern FCS. They're in the FCS southern part of the FCS. They're 8-0 overall in the conference, 9-1 overall. Far as scheduling this year, I mean, Mercer's only loss come like week 2 to who did they play week 2 and lost to? Presbyterian Blue Hose. They lost 15-10. But other than that, they hung on and beat Woolford by 1 point, which is sometimes they are okay. I know them from JSU playing them when I was there. They beat Sanford 45-21. They beat Furman 52-28. They beat Tennessee Chattanooga 63-17, which they're on a bad down spiral this year. So here's the number one thing I'll say. It's their conference, by the way, is Mercer, Western Carolina, Chattanooga, East Tennessee State, Woolford, Furman, the Citadel, Sanford, and VMI. So that's their little group. Auburn will be starting Deuce night against Mercer. Here's the thing. Mercer is also playing for, their FCS Southern Championship too. Are they going to play all their starters? Because I remember when Bama played somebody. Y'all hit me in the comments over there. And Bama, they didn't play their starters, of course, but the team they played, I thought it was it wasn't Chattanooga that year. This has been several years ago, probably in 2019, 2020 or before. I'm just telling you this is what happened before. So, with Deuce starting, he's going to play backups at Mercer. It's better than him, out there practicing against his own team. So it'd be a good scrimmage. I just don't see them starting Atkinson out there, their quarterback, with their QB. I don't see them, playing their Atkinson at Auburn X. Got all these tackles and leads the team tackles, and them taking a chance of getting hurt and them playing for their FCS championship because they're going to play for their conference. So Miller's there running. They got an 800-yard runner, man. They lead. If you look at the stat column, the lines, they're ahead of Auburn in most all categories. Cobb's got 900. This cat's got 800. It's he's got 100 less yards, but he's got 20 or 30 less carries. This running back's got 13 touchdowns. Cobb's only got 4. Miller. So I'm kind of curious, and he's from C.J. Miller from Gadsden. Why do I know him? Who is this? C.J. Miller. Tailback. He's a junior, so he'd have played a couple of years ago. Miller. Who is this guy? I got to know this guy. Gadsden? C.J. Miller. Man, somebody's going to tell me I'm going to feel so stupid. Oh, yeah, I know him. Who is this guy? C.J. Miller from Gadsden. So anyway, the point is Auburn announcing that, Deuce would play. I guess it's better than them going out there practicing against his own team. He's been there. I'm not against him starting. I'm just curious if Jackson's going to play. That's the question we're leading to. 2019 Alabama played Western Carolina. It may have been that they played an FCS team that was really freaking good. What up, Zach? We're talking about Deuce Knight starting Saturday. We talked about Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin. I'll bring you up to speed, Zach. Lane Kiffin, Zach, was offered supposedly from the news I heard from a podcast guy from LSU who played there. He played there, I don't know, 10 years ago or so. That Ole Miss is offering Lane an NIL bag of $40 million. They are going to meet tomorrow. And that's more than LSU or Florida has offered for their NIL purse for Lane. So why not stay there? I mean, you've built it. They could build you a statue there. You could be their Bear Bryant. You could be that coach to bring them on the map. I don't see a reason for Lane to leave. Me personally, if I'm him, I'm not. The college football world is different. He can use that money to keep high school players there, go get good ones and keep them. It's a win-win situation. Because if you go to Florida, you're going to be compared to Steve and Urban. If you go to LSU, you're going to be compared to Miles and Saban and Ed. I mean, you can't be Steve Spurrier at Florida. Those guys brought Heisman winners to those colleges. Lane could really put them on the map at Oxford. He's made Ole Miss cool. I think he's a great recruiter. He grew up in the football world his whole life. His dad's Monty Kiffin, was part of the USC tree, part of the Raiders for years, and all that mess. So, yeah, I think so too. So, are they going to play Jackson Arnold, though, Saturday? But, I'm looking at these guys over here. This Atkinson quarterback, bro, at Mercer, he's threw 230 completed passes for 3,200 yards, 33 touchdowns for only 5 picks. They just got Arnold listed with Deuce. Don't have any stats. Arnold's listed with 6 touchdowns and 2 picks. This Miller kid from Gadsden, being supposed to be finding me out this kid's got 13 touchdowns on 130 carries with 800 yards rushing. Cobb's got 900 on 153 carries, but only 4 touchdowns. This Mercer team, they're ahead of their conference. They only lost that one game to that Presbyterian school. They've kind of been waxing people. Some of the few of the games were close, but I think the teams they're supposed to beat, they've beat really well. So this Mercer team if they roll their starters out there in the field, I'm still not saying that they should have a shot to beat Auburn. It shouldn't be within 20. I just don't think they're going to start their starters. And I'm wondering if Jackson's going to come in and play to give him a little bit of, hey, here's your pat on the back and a thank you for doing nothing out the door, because Freeze screwed it up and got the wrong guy again. And Ben said this earlier. Where'd he go? Okay. You can. It's not hard to find. I mean, you can find out more information about him, about Deuce at Auburn. And I'm not talking about a young. I don't say he's a kid. He's in high school people now. He's a man. I can tell you what I know that I've read and that I've talked to a young basketball player from a school in Tennessee that he went to, and his story was Deuce left. He went up there to play at this academy and was supposed to be a big-time baller. Their coaches are so much better than they are where I was at Mississippi, and they can develop you. And there's this academy, and they're connected with the Titans pro QB guys and some stuff, a little bit of, better coaching stuff. And he played about 3 games and left. That guy's words was, he played basketball up here at this school in Tennessee. He said he quit. I don't know if the boy quit or not. I'm saying this is what they told me. So I'm just telling you what the message was. He may have left, may have had family issues. I don't know what happened. Didn't really like some attitude that he had there. But, I mean, he's, 17, 18 at the time. He's older, more mature now. And being around, a big Division I college, maybe some of that's got out of him. And we wish the best for the young man and, hope he has a good career. But some of their fans said they just didn't care for his play too much, but he's going to get a shot. And the only way we can find out is for him just to go out there and play. Pluck Salford is a great place to live compared to other places like Gainesville and Baton Rouge. I've been to all three. Oxford is a nice place. It's not a bad place. Crime's not bad there. There's some places outskirts of that's Mississippi is a really rural, poor, low economic area close to Alabama. High school, skill stuff, reading skills and that kind of stuff. It's just not very good. Not a real academic place for you to really be at. So if they let Jackson come in and play, I'm really curious about that. But hey, look, man, Mercer's got some dogs out there. Shout out defensive lineman Zoc, 11 sacks. Atkinson's only has 7. Their leading tackler, Claire, C-L-A-R-E, Claire, linebacker at Mercer, 68 on the year. Atkinson leading with 78. So, I mean, do you want Atkinson out there, dogging your 3,000-yard quarterback when you're going to play for your conference championship, which this Auburn game is nothing but probably a $350,000 check. This Atkinson kid just threw for 33 touchdowns, only 5 picks. And he's from Rossville, North Carolina. He's a freshman. Wow. I've got to look this kid up. Somebody, y'all just made me curious. And we love high school stuff, and we'll run through who's going to play. Some teams are playing tonight. Rossville quarterback. Wow, 6'1", 200-something pounds. Don't see any stars at all for him. Good Lord, man. They have anything on rivals for him? Really? He was offered by Boston College, was the only real big school that offered him. And he decided to go to Mercer, which was one of the further schools for him. Closest school for him would have been Elon, which is Phoenix. Elon Phoenix Football Industry. Well, that's very interesting. Trying to see if Just check on this quarterback here. Atkinson. Quarterback at Mercer, threw for a bunch of yards and a lot of time. I don't care. Yeah, that's him. He's on X. He is at BRADEN_Atkinson, ATKINSON. Well, hot darn. Wow, guys, it's kind of crazy. And their tailback, who is CJ Miller? Where in the heck did he play at? He's from Gadsden. Why? He's only a junior. I have got to know him. Why am I such a failure at high school stuff? And I've been doing this for played at Gadsden City. CJ Miller. No stars. Mercer, Army, Kennesaw. So this is some kid that just kind of, he was a big kid, 5'11", 235. Class of 22. Yeah, okay, played at Gadsden City. That was that was some of those years. Maybe they were 7A then, I bet. I bet that's what it was. They wasn't real good, and he was just kind of stuck in the middle of them playing 7A and not being real great. Holy crap. Hey, hats off. CJ Miller, shout out to you, brother. I hope you play Saturday. I hope you have a fantastic game and have a great rest of the year and have a good year next year too, representing Gadsden City. So is Auburn looking to do anything comparable with Jackson playing? If does it prove some kind of point? You know what I'm saying? Does it prove some kind of point if he comes in and plays well? Then you can say, well, we knew he proves was the problem. Heath Freeze was the problem, and obviously, Nix has got things, working now. Does it prove some of that? I don't know. I'm curious to how that works out. So, next topic at hand. Let's talk about old Sanky. ACC commish. Tony Petiti, Big Ten commish, says, you know what, SEC, you guys play only 8 scheduled games, conference games. If you want to make this playoff fair, y'all need to play 9 conference games like us in the Big Ten. And we pushed back for about 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. And so they've been told him no, absolutely no. We play like 3 or 4 ranked teams in our schedule every season. If you look up the average strength of schedule for the SEC compared to the Big Ten, anybody want to take a guess? What is the Big Ten's overall average strength of schedule as a conference? You take all the teams and who they play and the win percentages of the teams that they ain't got a team. I mean, Ohio State, that's it. It's 37. 37 is Big Ten's average strength of schedule. Now, would you like to guess what the SEC's strength of schedule average is as a whole conference? Overall, SEC scheduling strength as a conference. It's 10. Now, with D.A. Sanky getting pushed around by Patini, telling him you will play 9 conference games now, and we, Big Ten, will make the bigger TV contracts and we'll have a renewal 3 years before yours and make more money than you. And that's just a matter of fact. Sanky has just kind of become the little boy that walks around and holds on to Patini's pocket, if you know what I mean. $10 is the average strength schedule for the SEC, whereas 37 is the average strength schedule for the Big Ten. Why would Sanky add another conference game? Why? This is going to take us right into the last topic, which is college football bracket is broken, and we're going to look at it. Absolutely ridiculous, man. There's just no reason. Why is it doing that? Let's go right here, click that, and here, and there. Booyah. Okay, right here it says, Sanky says, as of, this was back some time, but this is now legit. This is what happened today. Adding a 9th SEC game underscores our university's commitment to delivering the most competitive football schedule in the nation. The format protects rivalries, increases competitive balance, and paired with our requirement to play an additional power opponent, ensures SEC teams are well prepared to compete and succeed in the college football playoff. Well, that's just fine there, Mr. Sanky. But the problem is, Mr. Sanky, that we are already playing 9 games. And the fact of the matter is, let's just use Alabama, for example. Why don't we just do that? Let's just do that right now. Here's why 9 conference games is a total disaster in waiting and proves that what he just said is a lie, because it's supposed to be, for what he said, to be a tough competitive comparison for our schools, so they will be prepared to play in the playoffs, right? Yep. Those are both true statements. It is going to be for more money there, Mr. Silk. Because when they go to sell these new TV ideas to ESPN, SEC Network, they can get more money, because they can say, hey, look at all these ranked teams you're going to be getting on here, and people will watch. But Big Ten is making more, and they don't have ranked teams playing. Do we know who Ohio State plays this weekend? And would you like to know the average points of margin that Ohio State, Oregon, Indiana used to be Penn State? What would they be favored by, just in average? Their favored margin is by 14.5. The SEC's point margin is 4.5. That says Vegas is telling you that these three teams in the Big Ten are the only ones that they have that are going to beat all these teams and beat the crap out of them. They play a cake schedule. It is a 2-team top-heavy team with Oregon is your other team, or Indiana. They've played one ranked team. Their average strength of schedule is 37, and the SEC's is 9. It's like 9.8. So it's 10. And Sanky wants to add another one. That's going to make our strength of schedule average for the SEC about 6.5. Why is the Big Ten not being forced to add ranked teams to their schedules? And because they can't add, well, we're playing non-conference, but your other conference games like Rutgers and Maryland is like Auburn playing Mercer Saturday. It's like Bama playing Eastern Illinois, and then those big mouth Japs want to get up there on the microphone and jab about, I can't believe this. Bama played Eastern Illinois this weekend. Well, right here at the end of the year. You're playing Rutgers. Their defense is 89th in the nation. Hell, I bet Mercer could probably beat Maryland. Are you kidding me? So what is the point if we're going to talk about his idea of adding this other conference game, which was supposed to be this year? We're getting guarantees that strength of schedule mattered. Well, that A over there and that number 10 on the box above Oregon, that's a lie. Because the fathead from Arkansas, the AD, is supposed to be over this. He decides that rushing yards is somehow a criteria for Alabama. Their rushing game has not been real. They rushed for more yards than Oklahoma did in the game. Who else has rushed the ball? You want to take a look at somebody else's? Is A&M ripping it up? They were losing at home by 4 touchdowns and had to come back. Bama goes on the road to the same team, South Carolina, and beats them. Didn't have to make a 4-touchdown comeback. Not rewarded. Beats a top 10 defense of LSU. Not rewarded. Beats a top 20 team in Missouri with their quarterback. And they're like, Missouri's not really. Yeah, because their quarterback's out. Their quarterback is not playing. Alabama is my Missouri. Yeah, we played them when they had their quarterback and they had their players. And Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt should be in here just as well as Miami should. Are you kidding me? I'll take Vandy over Miami. Put some money on it. Lay it on the table. Now, us adding that game was supposed to bring toughness to our conference to prepare us for the playoffs. We're not going to be in the freaking playoffs because if we don't go undefeated, because you're going to have to play 9 conference games next year. Look, Bama's got 2 losses. They lost by 2 off of a team that had 1 offensive touchdown. They kicked field goals, and they won by 2. And they punished. Wow, Matt, you up there blabbing, talking about Florida State. Hell, they beat Bama. They beat them pretty good. Notre Dame's big win is Pitt. Would you like to place some money that Pitt's record is going to be the same as Florida State's at the end of the year? And then you come back, so miss me with all that BS and that energy you got for Pitt and the bull crap about Notre Dame. I ain't got time for it. They don't play nobody. Yeah, they got 2 losses to 2 better teams, and we're going to find out if Bama can beat Auburn because Auburn played the number 4 Georgia, had them beat at halftime, had them beat by 2+ touchdowns. They played with number 3 A&M. They just couldn't protect their quarterback, and they had a dope head for a play caller. This calling plays from 2003. And Oklahoma. They just give up. Their offensive line just got leaked through. Auburn's won 4 games. So a 4-win team plays with 8 and 3 and 4. Find me a 4-win team in the Big Ten that can play with number 8, number 4, and number 3. Please, I will wait. No, I won't. Shut up and get out of my face. It's freaking stupid. It's absolutely ridiculous. There's no reason. There's no reason to add that 9th conference game without a guarantee of strength of schedule. That was going to be the deal. We were going to hold out and wait for a strength of schedule to say, hey, we'll play a 9th conference game, but the number 1 criteria in the box checked is you got a team that has, by power index, the number 1 strength of schedule. Alabama's had the toughest schedule that there has been. They've played more ranked teams than anybody. Yes, they lost to a bad Florida State team. Who's A&M beat either? We done been through this. So adding that 9th conference game, he just absolutely is a fool and has handicapped his conference. Absolutely handicapped his conference. It's the biggest joke that I've ever seen in my life. And I can't believe that we're having to have a conversation about why would we play 9 conference games when our strength of schedule overall is freaking 9? Now it's going to be like 6. And the Big Ten, when they take another team that takes a dump, Penn State's going to be on the jank for 3 years. Their average strength schedule is going to be like 40. So that just leaves us 3 other spots to play. And you want to play with some of the lesser teams. I don't mind us playing these Mercers or other schools like that, Eastern Carolinas or Eastern Illinois or West Carolina or UTC. It's a way for those teams to add money and build their brand. I don't have a problem with it. Guys, God dang it. Oh, Rutgers. Ohio State's favored by 32. When? Okay, just answer me this. Big Ten fans, and I'm sure I don't have any on here because ain't none of them got the guts to come on here and comment or debate. If you want to talk about it, I'll send you a link to your phone, and you come right on here, and I'll do this right here, and I'll put you right up there in the corner, and we'll just go at it, and we'll debate it, and we'll talk about it, and we'll just call each other everything but whatever we want to call each other. Something, find it. And if I'm wrong, I'll admit I'm wrong. I got no problem with that. Find me, Ben, Zach, Jeff, anybody, Silk, anybody. When has an SEC team been favored against another SEC team? Hell, by more than 20. When? Where? When has Alabama been favored over? Just tell me when. 32 points. This is a conference game. Rutgers is 5-5. Dang. All right, let's roll on here to the 11 o'clock games. Missouri, Oklahoma. Not they don't even have their quarterback. I just don't even need to read or review that. Virginia Tech, James Franklin. What do y'all think about this hire? I think it's a good hire. I think he fits. I think he fits beautifully there at Virginia Tech. I think Franklin fits great. He has. He seems like a great guy, and I've heard other coaches that know him and have coaches that have been on his team, his staff. Never nothing bad about Coach Franklin. I ain't never heard nothing bad about him. Family guy, church guy, raises. I mean, he fits in there. He's just another Frank Beamer. Just a great guy. Great hire. And Miami's going to have to show up to the most electric rock song maybe ever. Enter Sandman hits, and they roll out there with them VTech flags and that turkey with a wobble gobble and that American flag, and they storm the field and the lights are blinking and the stands are literally rocking. How is Carson Bent going to show up? Huh? And I guess probably the last of the big games. We talked about Tennessee, Florida. Lagway has stowed more picks than touchdowns. I think this may be the year after 20-plus years for them to get the Gators. I think Joey has a good day. I think Tennessee's defense is enough to aggravate Lagway. But that Florida defense, man, they keep them in the game, man. They're nasty. And it's at Gainesville. Look out, 6:30, ABC. Man. And last game here, Vandy plays Kentucky at 2:30. I will probably tune into that. But here's a 2:30 game for a Big Ten game. And I don't watch the Big Ten much, but I will tune into this one for a little bit. Oregon favored by 10.5 over USC. They're coming in off their schedule. They come in here last week, and they beat Iowa over there. It's raining and cold. I don't know if they can go over there and win. It's freaking Iowa, bro. I ain't even it missed me again on all that BS. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6th-ranked 10 team in the Big Ten that is freaking 6-4. Tell them to come down here and get a bite of Tennessee. Tell them to come in here and chew off some. Play Florida. Come to Gainesville. Button them up and let's see what happens. If you get Lagway hot on a roll. So, yes, stupid. USC and Oregon. But it's going to be in Eugene. Weather-wise, that's the thing. Cloudy, 40, kind of nasty and dreary. Probably we've got some rain coming in here later tonight, probably tomorrow for sure, and some into Saturday, which we need terribly in up here in northeast Alabama. We need rain bad. If you got cotton on the ground, then quit. I need to get out this cotton out of the fields because if it starts getting wet, they ain't never going to get in the fields. Who do we like in this game? Who we like in this one? Yeah, Notre Dame plays Syracuse. Favored by 35. See what I'm saying? This will be a chance for Oregon to put on for their city and play a team that, you know, actually has some kind of pulse to them and can take, you know, actually play them a good game and kind of take them to the limit. I'm just not sure. 30-20 was their loss to Indiana. But Matt, they beat Minnesota. But Matt, they've already beat Wisconsin. 21. Hold on. All the points you can muster, Oregon, is 21 versus Wisconsin. 18 against Iowa. But Matt, they got big linemen up there in the north. Okay, let's see here. Iowa. 6-3 Iowa. The team that Rutgers scored 28 on. But Oregon could come up with 18. Penn State team with no coach scored 24. And you give up 28 US. Come get out of here, man. It's crap. So it's just so over the top, man. 18-16. Kicking field goals all over the place. It's the only way they can win games, I guess. I guess that's just what you do now. I guess you just play defense and just kick a bunch of field goals, and you can be the fourth-ranked team in the Big Ten, be 6-1 in the conference. Well, Indiana and Ohio State's 1-2, and their strength of schedule is 50 and 30. I'm really tossed with this game. 59.5 over under on it. Oregon. Let's see. Oregon wants to see Thursday night be a lot of fun. Yes, would be. You like this Oregon? USC's been scrapping in the skin in there. Yeah, I know. All right, Zach, you talked me into it. We'll see. See if the Ducks can get her done. And heck, man. Okay. College football stuff, wrap up for the day. High school football tomorrow night. Let's hit the bracket right here real quick. If you're looking for a football game to go to, 1A, Addison will be home hosting Marion County, way out there and close around Tuscaloosa area, sort of. Will host Appalachian. They won that game, so Marion County hosts Addison, and Wadley's going to host Hubbardville. I like Wadley to meet Maplesville, period, for 1A. Southeastern will host Pisgah, and Coosa Christian will host Tuscaloosa Academy in 2A. So you could go down to Gadsden, Alabama, see Coach Russ Prope and Coach Teddy Whitmire. Coach Teddy coached defense, 5 graduate, 3-time state champ, 1 over there at Central Phoenix City. Great coach, great guy. Shout out Teddy. Mars Hill will host the Fighting Coach Michaels up there at Geraldine Bulldogs. Good luck to y'all, man. Good luck to Geraldine. We need to rally around. They're having to make a tough trip up there. Piedmont will be hosting Gordo. Maybe where we'll be, depending on the rain. Pending on the rain tomorrow. 4A around here in the area. Good Hope will be hosting Plainview by 30. And Anniston's going to ride over to Deshler. Give me Anniston and Plainview in the next round. I didn't give you a 1A pick, did I? West Addison team, man, they've been rolling. I've seen them play before a couple of years ago. I mean, they're scoring 30, 40, 50 on everybody. Oh, man. I hate to pick against Marion County. It's at Marion County, too. Man, they've played so many playoff. Marion County's played in tons of quarterfinal, semifinal games. A lot. Oh, give me the home team, Marion County. I done told you, Wadley. Wadley plays at Marion County in the semis. I think Marion County would host. God dang, that's a drive. I've been over that way. Holy crap, that's a darn drive. Quickly for 5A, Fairview hosts Scottsboro. Be a good game. Give me Scottsboro. And a tidbit of note here. Small tidbit. Mars Hill, 3A. Just go their record there. They beat 5A, still in the playoffs, probably going to win quarterfinal game. Scottsboro. Yeah. They're like, I don't know if Mars Hill is really that good this year. Okay. Give me Moody over Briarwood. So we'll take Moody and Scottsboro for 5A in the semifinal. North. Let's hit the old 6A button here. Give me Mountain Brook hosting Muscle Shoals and Clay Chalk versus Homewood. Give me Clay Chalkville versus Mountain Brook in the semifinal. North for 6A and 7A. Opelika is just give me Thompson and Auburn state championship game in UAB. And that is that, and that's where we're at. All right. I think so too. I think Coach Franklin is a I think he's a great hire for Virginia Tech. It just fits great. It does. No, Ben. Nobody. No. It's just not Wilkes. That's the thing. And some people don't know. They ain't seen Wadley play. They got three other good guys. Two more really good. Great. Maplesville does too. Please look up Maplesville. Find their highlights. Go to you can watch the McCray tailback. I'm pretty sure he's a freshman. He looks like Derrick Henry out there. I seen him in the gym this summer dunking, just stand on the goal, take one step, pop his back with a ball, and two-hand dunk it, just jump it. He's like 16. McCray, M, little C, big C, R-A-Y. And they got, I think, a Hall kid and like Devon Ryan or DJ Ryan or something at Maples. They are loaded. It is a crash course. That Maplesville-Wadley game is going to be two of the best backs in the small league football. Wow. I wish there was a way I could go to that game. And it's probably going – where's it going to be at? That was going to be a state. It's at UAB. So, man, we used to go watch the bigger football, but, man, anyone new head coach or can't? No, I hadn't heard anything about there's some, Facebook tagging of names. A lot of people in the Facebook world have tagged Skylar Ray. Skylar's a graduate out here, been on staff before, young guy back then. Been years ago. It's at Collinsville now, helping Coach Willingham. I don't know. It seems like he would be interested in the job. He is a center guy, and personally, just me and him talking, and he wouldn't mind me telling you this. He would seem like he would love that job. He's told me like, yeah, that'd be a great. He's a warrior. He's gold and black, man. But on the outskirts of that, I don't know. I hadn't heard anything else. If y'all hear something too, throw it up on the page. So, all right, guys. Love you guys so much. Big Al, what's up? Greg, Jarrett, good to see you on there. Go Garden, go. Oh, shit. Hey, Ace Austin, 21 points the other night. Did you see her light it up? Had an interview after the game. Said thank you to her coaches and her teammates for helping her to be better. Perfect young lady, perfect answer. Really excited for her. And again, Caden Fife will announce tomorrow. Maybe on the page somewhere. Look at it about 1 or 2 o'clock. Caden Fife will be announcing tomorrow from Chattooga High School. See where he's going. He's going to Tennessee, or I don't know, A&M, or he's got a lot of offers all over the place. So good luck to everybody. Y'all have a great weekend. Maybe carry your umbrella with you if you're going to be out all day. I know. But see, the thing is with Ace is us. I've seen her do it since she was a little small, 8th, 7th. When we see her play, we're like, oh, well, that's Ace. Yeah, she can do it. She can play basketball. She's good. Volleyball too. But when people see her on there, and I've seen some people from like just Alabama fans are like, wow, look at this girl. She's so great. I love that for her because she is so humble. Just great family. And I text Coach Rat and said, hey, congrats on the big win, Roll Tide. And congrats to Coach Rat for being inducted to this year Alabama High School Hall of Fame, Sports Hall of Fame there for Coach Ricky Austin. Congrats on that. Hall of Fame. Honestly, I thought he already was. I mean, why wouldn't he already be in the Hall of Fame? Are you kidding me? Go to Spring Garden High School there in the gym and just girls basketball. Just look. And I mean, you walk into the front and the trophy cases everywhere full. They're stacked on side of each other. Yeah. So congrats to Coach Austin. Lots of hard work and a lot of time, sweat, tears, blood put in over there. Him and his wife. Great people. Congrats again to Ace. And tomorrow, Caden Fife will announce. And where y'all going to be tomorrow night? If the rain holds, and it's going to rain earlier in the day, we may make a ride over there to Old Piedmont. They're going to play Gordo tomorrow. And again, that Mars Hill team that's going to be hosting Geraldine already beat Scottsboro in the year. Yeah. So that's it. That's all for the night. Had a lot of good time with you guys. Again, can that $40 million NIL bag hold Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss? They will meet tomorrow, so you may see some more news out there tomorrow. It seemed like he would stay if they're going to give him $40 million purse to keep players, because that's as much as anybody in the nation, more than Florida or any of them, or LSU. And Oxford's a great city. Baton Rouge is kind of smelly. Gainesville's landlocked. You got to drive like, an hour or so each way to go to the ocean. I mean, it's not like, Gainesville's on the beach. It's not like Miami. Okay. So thank you guys. Love y'all. God bless you. See you back here Sunday night at 6:00. Have a great weekend. Stay dry, stay blessed, and keep you heart's full and your head's full and your heart's full of God, and everything will work out for you. All right. Y'all have a great evening. Thank you guys so much. Peace out to y'all, and enjoy. We'll see y'all Sunday night. Okay. Peace.